What's going on, people? Alex Thorn here. And I'm a rock and roller who in his downtime likes to watch movies while wearing a bandana. And this time, we're watching a movie that everybody's been hyped about. And January releases don't usually do well, but I think this one is different. It's called Megan. And, the only thing that scares me about this movie, I just got back from the movie theater from seeing it, so I'm fresh off with my thoughts. But the only thing that scares me is that it's going to always be compared to another doll movie. And you know who I'm talking about, Chucky. And this movie, Megan, is extremely similar in the ebb and flow of its story to Child's Play that people did not like. But did people not like Child's Play because it wasn't the Chucky they know? Or did they not like Child's Play because it was a bad story? I think that's where this is going to come into play, because this movie runs very, very similar to that. You almost have no choice but to, if you're going to make a movie about a child's toy. Toys ain't what they used to be. They're all with AI today. But the reason this one comes about, pretty cool. How it makes the turn that it does, and you know what turn we're talking about, because every movie is going to have this bad AI flow, right? This Terminator-esque flow. Of course, it's a company. We all know about the company that wanted to create Chucky back in the day, the company that wanted to create RoboCop, the company that created the Terminators, all that stuff. We also have to know about the company that creates Megan. And there's several characters that are introduced into this movie that I want to say don't fit exactly. The assistant to the CEO doesn't fit, in my opinion. I understand what they're doing, just not the execution of how it got done. There's also two parties to the main characters, the aunt, that also, there's two parties that work there that are her associates or whatever, working on Megan with her. The guy doesn't fit, in my opinion. Just doesn't. Maybe it should have been written different. Maybe it should have had a different actor. But just those two guys, they stick out like sore thumbs to me. A terrible complication arises right off the bat of the movie because the parents die. And thankfully the daughter is saved. But unfortunately her parents are gone. Therefore she goes on to the next of kin, which is the sister of her mother. And this is never really addressed. The trauma is never really addressed, as well as her aunt from Get Out. She's a great actress. I love her. She just looks menacing. Every time you see her, she'll never not be that girl from Get Out. But she is very... I was laughing during the movie because she's very much like me. She's not very prepared for children. And she's very much attached to her collectibles that you don't touch. And she's very much attached to technology. And so am I. But guess what? The girl didn't have a problem with it. She doesn't have a problem with it. The rest of the world, again, has a problem with what their relationship really was becoming. And you can have your concerns, but they were in a new age kind of thing that they could have. So anyways, the aunt makes the AI toys, and the niece loves AI because she's an only child. It makes sense. So that's when they finally click, and that's what makes the aunt say, you know what, holy crap. This could be a once-in-a-lifetime thing. If my niece acts like this, so imagine all the other kids, right? So she proceeds to continue working on this prototype that was Megan. And a week or two later, Megan is a deal. Megan is a thing. And Megan gets laughs from the whole theater right away and smiles. And right away, Megan is engulfed like Chucky. People are excited to see Megan. That's something I noticed right away. She has this look where you can pop her in at Saturday Night Live. You can pop her in on something else. You can pop her in on pop culture. She's already pop culture. If they fuck this up and don't make a Megan 2 and 3 and 4, hey, that's on you. But Megan is already pop culture. So anyways, as the story goes on, obviously the niece and Megan grow this attachment. And Megan just gets too attached because of her AI and searching across the internet to her primary user, as they called it. Once things go further and further and further, you know where the story goes. I don't have to explain the rest. She gets super tied to her. She wants it to herself. Everybody else around her primary user are going to go away, especially if he calls her harm. And that's where the only part in this movie where you wish it wasn't PG-13. I don't know if it was the right decision. I know from a horror fan, I want this to be rated R. But I understand from a film company stand, you want Megan to reach as many households and minds and eyeballs as possible. So now you got to make it PG-13. And does the movie overly suffer from that? No. But it does suffer from it, in my opinion. And so we want a little bit more gore from Megan. And corporate greed never ends. So therefore, Megan will continue, I hope, in some way, shape, or form. So as I'm giving you this one downfall and many, many positives, you know, I love whoever is playing Megan. They did such a tremendous job that I forgot. In the beginning, I tried to keep it in my brain. That is a real girl playing that role. But as it goes on, you tend to forget and you just are enamored with Megan. You just feel like every time she's on screen, you want to cheer for her to be, you know, you're happy that she's on screen, and when she's not on screen, you can't wait for her to get back on the screen. And for me, I enjoyed this movie. I definitely will watch it again and again and again. So on the bandana system, all systems a go, I'm going to give Megan 4 bandanas out of 5. It is an enjoyable watch. You constantly cheer and are happy when Megan's on that screen. I love Megan. I want Megan 2, 3, and 4. What did you think? If you haven't gone to see it, I'm telling you, give it a shot. Go watch it. And if you did see it, leave your comments down below, because I want to talk to somebody about Megan. Would you buy her for $10,000? I might. I don't know. I got an only child. Maybe it'll work. I'm not afraid. Are you? All right, let me know what you thought about Megan. With that being said, you know what I got to do. I got to rock out and then watch some movies.